It can't get any brighter, can it? It's not as bright as the world becomes. And the liability for a pullover if you have your light on while you're driving. Is that a liability for a pullover if you have your light on while you're driving? That was a question that I just asked. I guess the answer is that we'll find out. We as in myself and the viewing audience, and all that kind of thing. Well, the one question was, how much did you enjoy that show you just played? I said, I haven't had a better time in my entire life than that. It was nice. I had about 15,000 viewers if you were to consider each wood chip that consisted of the mulch or whatever, of the ground in which I had the chair on, and I was sitting on the chair, and then there's, tables and other chairs, and probably a couple other tables too. Tables of both wood and metal. Now that's a lot of different stature, So all those, wood chips and everything, and the mulch, that was a couple, 1,000 worth of fans compared to how it would have been otherwise if you're going to consider people around. I would say there's no people around, so that's what happens on Sunday bookings. I have another Sunday show coming up also, so I'm going to hope that I get to play around some more mulch or wood chips so I can consider that there was a viewing participatory audience. It's strange how you don't feel it, when you're trying not to play over top of people's abrupt financial decision conversations between talking about their move between New York City, Texas, and Ithaca, New York, and all that kind of thing. So I had myself a good time. I had a better time after the whole music thing, though, And that's how it was, and that's how it is. Seems to be. Now I gotta go make some dinner. That's one of the most exciting things, especially when it comes to vlogging, which is what I'm doing now. That stands for video blog. A blog is like a journal, A blog is an online way using the internet to journal things. They used to call that a diary. It seemed emasculating to, writers call it a diary, but I always like to say their diary, and I always assume everybody's my own version of a diary when I speak to people, because we're like living journals amongst each other and everything. So whenever I see somebody, I go up to them and I say, hey, dear diary, and then they know I'm talking to them, which leads me to the actual beginning of this video. I'm going to make this right turn here, and hopefully you don't fall over on me. You got to nestle yourself in a little bit better. It's one thing I think. There we go. Now I can start the video. Dear Diary, it's me, Lone Marsupial, Esquire. Well, my day was okay. I played to nobody. I didn't even finish the set. I wasn't very enthused, and then I went and took a walk, and it was nice. There's mosquitoes everywhere, and I got to see an instrument I'd never seen before, and that was pretty cool. And I threw my shoe down the upstairs hatch of my vehicle, and that was nice. So anyway, so I had that cop. I just drove by a cop, so I'm gonna see now about my light. And all that kind of thing. I'll see if it's too dire of a circumstance for a bored patrol officer for me to have had my car light on. See the suspicious wonderment about participating in a law and order civilization, which basically has to do with people needing to earn a quota off of everything they do over whichever particular, going of authority that people have over other people regarding positions and all that kind of thing. But I don't care, because I'm going to go and make myself some dinner and figure the rest of the night out, and then I'm going to dance the night away. You might not even believe me. That's okay. I'm not here to ruffle your feathers the wrong way, but it turns out As I've been studying you and I've noticed your way of being, it turns out that you're not even comprised of feathers after all anyhow. And I'm probably not going to dance the night away, but I am going to actually dance. No, you're not allowed to see, but you can come dance with me sometime if you want. As long as the soles of your feet aren't on fire, because if you dance like the bottom of your feet are on fire, your feet aren't going to want to touch the ground ever at all. And there's a composition of dancing which rather as much requires your feet touch the ground. So anyway, in other news, I've seen a few lightning bugs out, and they're the first ones I've seen out this season. Unless they're just some moths that have caught themselves on fire in some way or another, which isn't so pleasant to think about. So anyway, dear diary, it seems like we've seen some of the first lightning bugs out in the night. And that's my journal. I said that's my journal.